Folks, here I am again, and I am working on my AIRFIX model 727 Air Canada. And I just want to show you a couple of things that I have that I'll be using during my construction of my model. Alright, so this is like a little heavy base that I have. The base of this is quite firm, quite heavy, holds it down, and it's like a crab with pincers, and it will hold the model or pieces that I want to hold. However, I am trying to figure out what to do, what to put between these pincers, just because it's jagged edge metal, and I'm thinking I could do, put something there for it won't scratch or damage the plastic. The magnifying glass, which looks impressive, it's pretty much useless. It's murky, doesn't show a good image, and the metal casing around it, very flimsy, very cheap metal. I turned it upside down, it popped out, and yes, I'm not really impressed with this, but oh well, it still has a use. And then I have the hands-free magnifier. So, get that light out of the way. And this is, put around my head, and I can get a better look at the model that I'm constructing. As mentioned previously, this model build will consist of three sections, and it's the first section, which looks by far the easiest because it only involves 4 parts. You can connect the fuselage and part number 17. And what I noticed with a lot of aviation model kits, they ask you, it might be a good idea to put a little bit of weight in the cockpit at the front of the fuselage. So I have a little bit of this blue tack. I might, lay that down. And I also have this stuff that I bought at Canadian Tire. It is a split shot for shotguns, and I'm going to put that on the blue tack, and that will give it a nice weight. And here we have the fuselage, and yeah. Step 1, like I said, easiest step to work on. And I'm going to cut the pieces from the sprue using this good quality splitter. And back in the day, when you're kids, you would just twist the sprues off with your thumb and finger, and didn't leave a very good mark on it. So, but today, with YouTube, man, you get a lot of good information coming in. So here's a fuselage that's been separated from the sprue, and I have part number 17 right here. I'll turn that around to show you. I'm really not sure what part number 17 is called. I've got to be careful with this. But as you can see, there's part number 17. See? And that goes inside, and the outer part from what you would see would be here. So, yeah. Not sure exact name for that, but we'll get going. And of course, I'm going to weigh down the plane with my little weights by the cockpit. I fit it like that and give it a little bit of a, the weight adds extra feel to the plane, stronger feel. So I glue the fuselage together, and I'm going to use an emery board to get the seam out of there. Now, years ago when I was building a model, I wouldn't, I really wouldn't know what to do with the seam, so I just paint over and hopefully I believe that would fill it in, but that's not good modeling. So I've discovered a lot of sanding with a gentle emery board. Emery board helps, goes a long way, helps a lot. I am now realizing that part number 17 is the rear cargo door of the aircraft. The fuselage together. The little weight is by the cockpit now, and the back door is attached. And I haven't used glue. In fact, I've used this Tamiya thin cement, which I put along the seams, and the seams melt together. Now, as you can see, the seams are quite visible, but that's all right. That's all right. What I'm going to do with the seams is that I'm going to fill it with a putty, and the putty I'll put the putty on the seams, then I'll sand it down, then I'll be ready for painting. And the putty, like the cement here, is made by Tamiya, which is a Japanese company that makes pretty good models. So I have step 1 done. Step 1 is completed of the 3 steps needed for this 727. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. And tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm going to, during the day sometime or in the evening, I'm going to apply that putty, and I'm going to do a lot of sanding. I've discovered that take your time on models, work on the seams with putty, a lot of sanding, and just take your time. Vlog fini. So I have step 1 done. Step 1 is completed of the 3 steps needed for this 727. All right. Well, I'm going to leave it at that. And tomorrow, when I wake up, I'm going to, during the day sometime or in the evening, I'm going to apply that putty, and I'm going to do a lot of sanding. I've discovered that take your time on models, work on the seams with putty, a lot of sanding, and just take your time. Vlog fini.